filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at EVO. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me.
Joe Murray spends his whole fucking day talking about Phil.
Yo, what up? It's your boy. And in today's video, man, we're gonna watch the former 4th place EVO competitor, you know, one of the greats, a professional in the game, Philip Burnell. We're gonna watch him give a really uninformed, stupid, unprofessional definition of rollback netcode. And I'm gonna warn you guys now, get your Tylenol ready. This might give you a headache. Because rollback netcode is not confusing to understand if you play fighting games and you kind of have a concept of it. But I'm also going to use some clips from another YouTuber. I'll leave their video I'll leave a link to the video in the description. But yeah, Phil's just going to sit here and, you know, pretty much like talk trash about rollback netcode. Say like, it's not that great. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, any fighting game circle right now is rejoicing. I woke up so excited I reinstalled Dragon Ball Fighterz because it has rollback netcode. Like, rollback netcode's the future of fighting games. It's awesome, dude. But yeah, we're going to get into it, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that good fun stuff, my friends. And let's jump into Phil's stupidity.
Edition of the Level 1 podcast. Today is Sunday, the 7th of August, 2022. Got a lot to say today, because today, we're in the midst of EVO weekend. A lot of stuff has happened at EVO. Talk about in depth today is my discussion of netcode in fighting games, which has always been something of a hot topic whenever I play fighting games, and I heavily criticize them. I just realized that the camera is massively zoomed in. Like, wait a minute, what? There we go.
Unprofessional as hell, Phil. Hey. He starts his streams late and he don't even have his camera set up the way he needs it. Come on.
Usually, I heavily criticize fighting games for their netcode and performance. And so, with a lot of games getting big announcements at EVO this weekend that, oh, we're getting rollback netcode. Rollback netcode. Are you excited for the rollback netcode? Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about rollback versus standard delay-based netcode today in kind of layman's terms to try to give you an understanding of why I'm not so sold on rollback netcode being the best, and I think that, sadly, for over a decade, the fighting game community has had the wool pulled over their eyes in regards to netcode, and everyone rejoicing about this is really kind of maybe on the wrong base here, but you'll see. It's my opinion. I'll give it. Hope you enjoy it.
My God, Phil is so stupid, bro. This is one of those times I learned. Oh! I buried my face in my hands like Phil. I'll talk about it for you guys in layman's terms. Like, oh my God, when Phil says shit like that, I'm sitting here like, oh my God, you're gonna give us the most stupid, dumbed down, that only, you know, a definition of rollback netcode that only someone like Philip Burnell can understand. You know, him and his wheelchair cult, at least.
Right now, I need help with tips because I have bills coming up Monday and Tuesday. In fact, as of the end of today, I basically need to transfer money over to my bank account to clear bills. All right. And then I got my day off on Thursday. And the only way that I can pay for that stuff is with tips. Anything else you contribute, I appreciate. It helps tons. But I need help with tips right now. All right. So if you can tip me, please do. All right. I'm not asking for anything above and beyond anything you were already going to do. I'm just saying if you were going to contribute to the channel this week and you have the option to choose and say, oh, I was going to do a super chat, but I want to help out with a tip, please tip.
You see that's code for I need to transfer my money into iTunes credits for WWE Champion pulls.
Hit you've pulled in the last few years. I'm not running your app. Okay? Guess what happens? They run the fucking app.
Yo, you better be careful showing us that phone, Phil. Try to tell you we're like NCIS out here. Like, it's like, cold, yo, I'm telling you, some of these detractors, they're like, they can solve cold cases, bro. From like 100 years ago, Phil. Don't do it.
To rollback netcode, all right? allow me to give you an explanation, a very layman's standpoint explanation of the difference between current netcode and fighting games, why so many people seem to think rollback netcode is better, and then I'm going to tell you from a actual professional standpoint my take.
Phil, you're not a goddamn professional. You won 4th place in one tournament. That's it. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? No, Phil, he's filling his oats. Get out of here, dude. Oh my god, he's about to give the most misinformed take about rollback netcode ever. Watch. Let me give you, my opinion from a fighting game professional's perspective. Like, shut the hell up, Phil.
So, there's delay-based netcode, and there's rollback netcode. Let's explore them both. Delay-based netcode means that dependent on the connection, when the quality of the connection is degraded or worse, the game decides, well, we can't catch up with what's going on in the game. Let's slow it down. Let's make the game literally run in slow motion to try to catch up with the inputs and things going on and give time for the netcode to rectify the inputs and figure out what's happening in the match. All right? Rollback netcode.
My head. Oh my god, somebody get me help. Oh no. Like, oh, Phil's the dumbest motherfucker ever. Like, oh my god, that was the stupidest. That was like the most caveman take about rollback netcode ever. He's like, see, the AI it predicts something and then it chooses it. No. Alright, I don't know too much about rollback netcode, but I know more than fucking Phil about it, alright? I'm trying to tell you, this is the shit, dude. Alright, so when you do rollback netcode, dude, imagine you're holding the block button, right? Phil's acting like it predicts what you're gonna do 11 years in the future, when it literally predicts what you're gonna do up to the next like 3 to 4 frames, right? So say you're holding block, it's gonna register you as holding block if you're holding block, and your internet connection and the distance between you and the other person you're fighting is not gonna like fuck it up with fucking, you know, input delays and make it act like you're not holding block. Like, oh, I should have recorded myself like play like some of my old gameplay. Like, bro, it used to piss me off getting like a 10 like frame delay. It was annoying. But Phil's like, he's dumb. He's dumb. It literally, it's an AI and it predicts what you're gonna do up to the next 5 frames. You know what I'm saying? It's so it's so unnoticeable. Like, no human eye can predict up to 1 to 5 frames. You know what I mean? So it literally just like syncs the gameplay. It's hard for me to explain. I'll leave clips for you guys.
5 milliseconds of delay between you and your opponent. If the character you control has no lag and your move comes out before the input reaches your opponent, what does your opponent see? If you kick and your opponent's side sees it 45 milliseconds later, both sides are now 45 milliseconds out of sync, which is no good. But there is a way to get it in sync. When your opponent's side receives your input, it can just skip the first 45 milliseconds of your kick animation. You might be thinking this could look weird or choppy, but at full speed, it's hard to tell. It's like when everyone starts singing Happy Birthday, but you join in a little late. You skip the first words of the song so you'll be in sync, and no one will notice. But if your opponent receives all your actions 45 milliseconds late, what do you look like to them in the meantime? In our kick example, you were shown to be just standing there for 45 milliseconds before kicking. Why did their side think you were just standing there? Because it was its best guess. It was a wrong guess, but it was reasonable considering you were standing there previously.
So yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? It predicts literally enough to sync the gameplay so neither player like notices. So the player could be attacking you and you're holding block, but you know, it's gonna kind of predict that you're holding block. That, you know what I mean? Instead that you let it go. There's been so many games where I was like, I was holding block. What the fuck? But yeah, here's another clip to fully, you know, explain it, and then yeah, we'll finish Phil giving you guys the stupidest take about this.
Given moment, each side is trying to predict what the opponent is currently doing based on the previously received input. And what's crazy is, most of the time it's correct. This is because it doesn't take a fortune teller to predict things one frame into the future.
I'm just going to assume the thing you did last is the thing you do next, like forever. Oh, you were holding back to block? I'm going to assume you're still holding back to block.
Can you guess what my sleeping cats will do in the next frame? If you guess sleep, then you might just be a precog.
There, so I hope you guys fully kind of understand what like rollback netcode kind of does, like as far as the AI and stuff, so you don't sit here and fall for Phil's like misinformation and bullshit. And those clips are from they're from DSPGaming. It's a really good channel, bro. They talk a lot about mechanics of fighting games and stuff. So, I don't know. If you want to know more about fighting games, check them out. I'm going to leave a link to the video that I got those clips from in the description. If you want, like, kind of the fuller context about, like, why rollback netcode is good. Like, where Phil's going to be like, it's not that good. And then he's, like, going to give you the stupidest take as to why he thinks it's not good. So, yeah, let's keep it going. And then we're going to wrap this up, my friends.
Different when it experiences problems with the latency or the connection between the players. What it does is one of two things. All right. Number one, it actually uses AI. That's right. Artificial intelligence to assume what's happening in the situation. It's not actually knowing what happened, what input happened on each side. It makes a guess. Okay. Based on that guess, the game then auto corrects itself to an outcome. The reason that they call it rollback netcode is because in a case where the connection is very, very bad, you will actually see one outcome happen on the screen, but then the AI chooses an outcome, and it may be different from the outcome you just saw on your television. It actually rewinds the gameplay and plays out a different outcome. So in one case, everything is in slow-mo, and it looks like shit. It looks like you're playing underwater. In the other case, everything's running at the right speed, but if it is a bad connection, you're going to see tons of jarring teleportation, things happening and then coming back and happening again in a different way. Ideally, do either of these make sense?
Phil is so dumb. I hope, like, you know, since I armed you with a little more of, like, what it actually does, you can actually, like, literally see how dumb Phil is. It's amazing. You know? Like, this guy gets paid to be one of the dumbest streamers alive. Besides Wings. You know what I'm saying? This is misinformation, Philip. Like, god damn it.
Either of these make any sense? No. Ideally, you don't want either situation to happen. Do you want it to look slow-mo and look like shit? No. Do you want it to be jumping forward, backward, teleporting all over? No. You just want the game to fucking work. So I hate to say it, when you look at both situations, there is no ideal state right now. Okay? There just isn't. There's jam in this. Okay? From a viewer's perspective, from a game developer's perspective, okay? You want the game to look the best possible. Fair enough, right? When you have delay-based netcode, you are likely going to see some slowdown in online play unless you have the absolute best of connections, all right? It's going to have some delay and you're going to notice slowdown and or lag, as they say, during online matches. It's unavoidable with that style of netcode. It's just going to happen. With rollback netcode, okay, a lot of the times, the matches will still look smooth. Even if they're not. Even if there is issues happening with the connection.
Shut the hell up, Phil. I swear to God, he's like trashing net-based netcode with all this misinformation. So he has an excuse to blame lag for being trash at fighting games. You know what I mean? He wants an excuse to still go, it's the lag, you see, guys? You see that? It's the lag. Like, Phil, shut up, bro. Net-based netcode, like fucking Rollback, it's the best. It is, mwah. Like, after this video, dude, I'm actually gonna play some Dragon Ball Fighterz, you know? Actually have some fun and online play instead of feeling like I need to stab myself in the side of the... Oh my god, I'm trying to tell you, dude. Fighting games with, like, you know, rollback netcode, it's the future, it's the best. And like, God, I hate when Phil talks about shit he literally knows nothing about. But hey, what do I know? I'm a chef, right? And Phil, he got 4th place in EVO, so this fucker knows everything, I guess. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'm off for the next 3 days. You already know. I'm gonna start cranking them out for you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that good fun stuff. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
It's not my fault. Let's hear it from my nigga.
Everything was right.